play and a technical, and seemed to be a little out of sync ever since then. Here's Andre Turner finding Hersey Hawkins. This was not a clean fast break, but Hersey was able to find the handle and make the open jump shot. Michael Jordan, now this is what he does. He sizes up, he sees the double team, they allow him to go outside, and this is a nightmare if you're a big guy. Michael Jordan coming at you with a slam dunk.
18 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists for Michael Jordan. Just another day at the office. The big difference has been Hawkins has come back with 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. And Charles Barkley, let's see how he does in the second half. I'll predict right now that we'll see a rejuvenated effort from Charles, and he'll end up with his points.
Well, Charles only shot 2 free throws. In game 1, he shot 15, which tells you he was not nearly as active. Now, it's very important right now. Chicago's going to come out, and they're going to try to extend this lead from 9 to 15 or 18 in a hurry. Philadelphia's going to have to take care of the basketball. See if they go to Charles Barkley here to start the third quarter.
62-53, Bulls by 9. Leading in the series, 1 game to none. Go to Gilliam, the turnaround jumper. This is how the game started for Philadelphia on Saturday.
Absolutely. You're not going to beat Chicago taking fading jump shots.
Michael Jordan rims it out. The loose ball is controlled by Ricky Green. Well, Philadelphia have an opportunity to try it again. A little surprised they went that way.
Well, you know, I think they got to get Charles going here. I know they're going to double team him and all, but they've got to get him sweating and taking the ball to the basket, making things happen.
7 seconds to shoot. 5. He'll pull up for the jumper. Charles continues to struggle. Once again, though, he did not take it to the basket. Remember, Scottie Pippen, one of the very best defenders in the league, playing.
Well, held the basketball till the shot clock was winding down and then took the outside jump shot. If you're playing Charles Barkley, you'd love for him to shoot the outside shot.
10 to shoot for Chicago. Spreading the floor.
Watch a back pick to try to get Horace Grant in the post.
Cartwright leaning in on Barkley. Barkley with a rebound, his 4th of the night.
Now he can push it out, and this is where Charles used to be at his best. He's not nearly as mobile with that brace.
Philadelphia is not very aggressive going to the hoop, something Jimmy Lanham said they wanted and needed to be. Barkley this time to the hoop. Takes the left hand and gets it in. Waved off Grant with his right, no call.
Bob, one of the guys they really miss in their offense right now is Mike Jaminski, and I tell you why. Is because Cartwright's playing Mahorn. He's sinking back and double teaming, and Rick Mahorn will not take that outside shot. Jaminski used to be able to make that 18 to 20-foot outside jump shot. Mahorn does not give them that kind of threat.
Paxson on the inside-outside play with Cartwright. He is 2 for 3, John Paxson. 64-55, Bulls by 9. Opening moments of the third quarter. Looking for Barkley against Grant.
Well, tough pass for Ricky Green to handle right at his ankle.
A little short hop. Looks like Ozzie Ian.
This is Philadelphia's out of sync. If I'm Jimmy Lanham, I'm thinking about getting a timeout here. If I get a score here, I'm thinking about calling time and stopping this right now.
The Bulls with their biggest lead, a lead of 11, first double-digit lead of the ball game. Jimmy Lanham does get the timeout. A very lackluster looking Philadelphia 76ers answered the bell at the half.
The 1991 NBA playoffs are brought to you by Nissan, built for the human race.
Sometimes I dream I'm in Italy, driving this incredible sports car. And my boss is there. He says,
"We need a ride to the shareholders meeting."
Now, here's where it gets weird. The sports car has 4 doors. I mean, there's no such thing as a 4-door sports car. It's just a dream, right?
Why do fools fall in love? Why do opposites attract? Why do gentlemen prefer blondes? Why do women have all the answers? Why? Ask why. Dry. It's dry brew, not watered down, to drink light yet satisfy completely. Because if true love's not the answer, true refreshment must be.
Here are tonight's Nissan leaders. You see the point-scoring leaders in the playoffs. Karl Malone at 29.8. Jordan right behind him, of course. And Charles Barkley at 26.3. But tonight, Charles with only 9.
The thing, I think you hit the nail on the head right now. When you look at this Philadelphia team, they've come out very sluggish out of the timeout. Out of the halftime. They have to come out with the idea, we've got to get ourselves back into this basketball game. They've shot jump shots on every possession except the time when Barkley took the ball to the basket. They're not offensive rebounding to get second shots. And if you're not going to get second shots and you're going to shoot jump shots, you're going to run yourself to a 20-point deficit here real quickly.
Charles Barkley, during that timeout, Tony Harris, the Philadelphia trainer, was working on the knee brace on Charles Barkley's left leg. And Charles didn't exactly limp, but definitely walked stiffly to the sideline where he's going to inbound the ball.
I think also, too, he's got a little thing there that keeps coming unpatched. He keeps playing with that brace a lot. So
now Barkley again isolated against Pippen. Pippen right up in his face.
Got to go quickly with it. Got to go make the double team come, then find the open man.
And the shot in the paint will fall for Gilliam. He has 12.
That's better. That stops the bleeding. Now you've got to get some stops defensively to get yourself back in this game.
Jackson against Green. Batted away. Tried to hit Michael Jordan, who was posting up. You said you liked this last play by Philadelphia a little bit better.
Well, here comes Horace Grant. Now, Armand Gilliam realized then, steps right in behind him. Horace Grant was playing Armand Gilliam, so he stepped right to the ball, got a wide-open jump shot. That was good execution.
10 seconds to shoot for the Bulls. 8:55 to go in the quarter. Pippen on the drive. Pull up over Gilliam. Lead to Hawkins. Paxson is back. Hawkins hard to the hoop. The follow by Barkley. And Hawkins hit the stanchion, is slow getting up, holding his right shoulder. He hit that stanchion hard. Foul on Ricky Green.
I thought Hersey Hawkins got fouled here. I don't see what happens, but let's take a look.
Clearly.
Oh, he hit the shoulder. Hit the shoulder against the stanchion. John Paxson steps in front of him, and here comes Scottie Pippen from behind. Charles Barkley with the follow-up. They took the foul so that they could find out if Hersey Hawkins was okay. He stayed in the game.
Bulls by 7. Paxson looking for Jordan. Jordan has missed his last 6 shots. Bulls by 7. Philly cut it to 6. Left-hand hook won't fall for Gilliam. He can't get a more open shot.
Well, he just didn't go up strong with it. That was sort of a flipper. You got to go strong to the basket, maybe even draw the foul. Pippen's got a mismatch with Mahorn. If they bring it back to him, he can isolate and take it right past him.
Grant against Gilliam.
Or you don't leave Paxson. There's 2.
Green doubled off of John Paxson.
I don't know why Ricky Green wants to go back and double-team Horace Grant. I got to make Horace Grant make some shots to beat me rather than to go back and give John Paxson a wide-open shot, because when Paxson is shooting the ball, the Bulls are a different team.
He shoots better from 50 and almost never shoots a layup.
Absolutely, and you got to make Horace Grant look to score in the post.
5 seconds to shoot for Philadelphia.
Here's the clock down again. Let's see if they get a shot up.
2. Gilliam has to throw up a prayer. He buries it and it counts, and it was a prayer.
But see, that kind of execution is not going to win the basketball game. They're very sloppy right now, very sluggish in their half-court game. The ball movement has slowed down.
Jordan, who's missed 6 field goal attempts in a row. 10 to shoot for Chicago. Against Hawkins. Powers it into Cartwright. He switches it to the wide-open Scottie Pippen, who's got that bank shot from 15.
Scottie Pippen is a very, very good angle jump shooter. He reminds me a little bit of Julius Erving, where Julius was starting to become a good shooter. He could make that little angle bank shot. That's what Scottie can make now.
Barkley got it inside for the monster jam. He just had an excellent delivery of the ball.
And then Scottie Pippen sort of dove for the steal, and when he did, no one was back there to challenge Charles Barkley.
Now Grant. Green didn't come this time. Grant got inside on the baseline and scores against Gilliam. Andre Turner about to get into the game for the Sixers. Looking for Barkley. Knocked out of bounds by Chicago. 12 seconds on the clock for Philadelphia.
Let's take a look here. John Paxson's going to throw the ball in the post to Horace Grant. Horace is going to flash to the basketball. We're going to see Horace come here to the basketball. The ball goes in the post. Now, look, Ricky Green's going to go back and leave him. And when he does, it's going to leave John Paxson wide open for the outside jump shot.
Andre Turner in. Mahorn shoots it with 3. Rebound Pippen. Bulls on the run. 8 rebounds for Scottie Pippen. Paxson open from 19. Mahorn out to Hersey Hawkins against Paxson. Here comes Jordan.
Oh, nice move by Hersey Hawkins. Jordan was coming in from behind him, and he takes it around John Paxson. That was just a great drive by Hersey Hawkins. They're hanging around there. It's a 7-point game, and Philadelphia is knocking at the door right now if they can continue to get a couple defensive stops.
Hawkins with 20, Jordan with 18. Cartwright pounding inside. What a pass to Jordan. That was a down pass. He dropped that ball about 3 stories down to Michael.
When Michael's missed 6 in a row, you don't want to give him that. You want to make him continue to make jump shots.
Hawkins came off the baseline screen. Jordan right in his face. The fadeaway doesn't fall. Cartwright keeps it alive, but Barkley steals it for the lay-in. And Charles heating up inside. He has 15. Remember, Charles only had 7 at the half.
More active on the offensive board. That's 3 stickbacks in this quarter for Charles Barkley.
Bulls by 7. And led by 9 at the half. 10 to shoot. Cartwright over Barkley. Cartwright double digits. He has 10 points. Hawkins with a tough drive. Fouled before he put the shot up. We were talking about Hersey Hawkins and a big all-star kind of move here.
Well, he's going to take the ball in a right-to-left crossover, and he goes by Paxson. But look, here comes Michael Jordan in behind. You see him reach, and then he goes for the shot block. Excellent concentration on Hersey Hawkins' part. Then he does a nice job this time down the floor. He splits the double team, takes it aggressively to the basket to earn 2 free throws. Hersey Hawkins is coming out tonight and playing a tremendous basketball game. He's really making Michael Jordan work on the defensive end. Maybe that might be part of the reason why Michael missed 6 straight shots before he got that last dunk.
Good point. Hawkins with 21. This is the difference between Hawkins tonight, 21 points. He had 10, 9, and 3 in game 1. Tonight, a whole different picture. 21 points, 6 assists, and 8 of 8 from the line. Hawkins shooting 92% during the playoffs from the line, too. 100% on this trip. And it is once again a 7-point Bulls lead.
The thing I like is that Hersey Hawkins is getting to the free throw line. He's not living out shooting jump shots from the 3-point line. He's putting the pressure on the defense of the Chicago Bulls getting inside.
Jordan with the drive and the dish. So Cartwright with 12 now. Michael has 6 assists.
Michael looks like he's holding his right thigh a little bit. He might have got kicked on that drive. Appears to be okay.
Mahorn. All right, make that Ron Anderson. Missing the turnaround jumper. Paxson wide open. Andre Turner way too late for John Paxson. And the Bulls have built an 11-point lead with 3:46 to go in the 3rd quarter and a 20-second Philadelphia timeout.
Good timeout here by Jimmy Lynam. He's got to keep this Bulls crowd out of the game as much as he possibly can. Michael Jordan's going to make the curl, and when he does, look what he does. He pulls Rick Mahorn. Cartwright slides right to the basket for the easy slam dunk. Now Michael in transition. You find 2 guys, and there's John Paxson spotting up. Again, I know it's repetitive, but when John Paxson makes that outside shot, then you must try to stay home on him. And when you stay home on him, then you give Michael Jordan driving lanes. So it's sort of a catch-22. Which one do you give? Chances are you're going to try to make Paxson make the outside shot. He's doing that tonight.
Manute Bol comes into the ball game, and Mahorn goes out with only 2 points and 3 rebounds in this game tonight. Mahorn had a donut on Saturday. Ron Anderson has not really gotten himself started either from outside. Pippen on him. That would make it tough for anybody. 6 seconds to shoot for Philadelphia. Turner on an incredible drive.
Well, if you have to make a lot of shots like that, it's going to be a long night. I mean, that was great defense, and just Andre Turner made a better shot.
With the shot clock running down. Jordan buries it over Hawkins. Jordan with 22 now. Go with his 8 assists.
We'll go to Barkley to an isolation. He's switched up now. Horace Grant's playing him with Ron Anderson in the game. That puts Pippen on Ron Anderson. Barkley should be able to take him. Oh, that's a terrible shot. That's terrible.
Ron Anderson.
They hit the shot clock. You got to recycle it.
That's why the officials blew the whistle. It hit the rim.
See, that's the thing about Charles. Charles has got to recognize he has Horace Grant on him. You're going to see this shot go up. And it barely tips the rim. Right there, and it skips down, and Ron Anderson picks it up. They get a new shot clock. But Charles has got to look to want to take the ball at Horace Grant. Now, in fairness to him, if his knee is sore, I understand that it'd be very difficult for him to do that. But he must keep the pressure on. The Bulls love for him to take outside jump shots.
And Jimmy Lynam coming up here to talk to the officials, to Wally Rooney. We have a timeout on the floor with 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Bulls by 11. And they're not going to get the timeout. No timeout. They're waving them back on the floor. I hate to make you wait for the exciting commercial we've had for you, but just bear with us and we'll get it for you.
Let me see Air Neal again in action. Wait till they see your travel schedule this week. That's really impressive.
Now, the toughest part's I'm traveling with you.
I know that. That makes them real hard.
Andre Turner saves the turnover. On the drive against Jordan, the kick out to Anderson.
What in the world? What kind of shot was that?
Pippen made a great play just catching that pass.
Chicago defense is really good in this third quarter. They're doing a good job. Going to space the floor now, go the open series. Michael Jordan's going to isolate, see if they leave John Paxson. If they do, he'll get the shot.
Manute Bol was there to change the shot, but then Manute knocked it out of bounds. It's 2 to go in the third quarter. That's the value of Manute Bol, because even when Jordan beats the whole team, you do have 7 feet 7 inches waiting for him.
If I had a Z, it'd be silver. No, black. And I'd take it to a racetrack. Hold it. Nah, drive it cross country. That's what I'd do. Wait, Germany. Yeah, now that'd be epic. Running a Z flat out on the Autobahn. Too bad you can't drive to Europe.
A red October.
Now, the host of HBO's Tales from the Crypt sings HBO's great summer hits.
Die Hard 2. That's what happens when I blew you.
Including the unforgettable Days of Thunder.
I lost the blues watching Cruise. Twist his
Yes,
spine
you
at
get the
finish
greatest
line.
movie hits, but that's not all. You'll also get outrageous surprises so daring, so bold, they could only happen on HBO.
Including my personal favorite.
So for TV that's truly different, plus the biggest movies, get HBO. Act now and get over 140 movies every month with Cinemax. To order, call this number. You'll get special savings on HBO or HBO and Cinemax. And as a new subscriber to HBO or Cinemax, you'll also get the 16-month 1992 Tales from the Crypt calendar free. Call now.
Yep, a farm fresh country morning in TV land. And the hens are laying opening credits. It must be Green Acres. Yep. There's Miss Douglas delivering a heap of hotcakes to the neighbors.
You don't eat these, do you? Oh, no. I use them to re-single my roof, see?
Folks here work hard, but come quitting time,
You can open the champagne and light the fire.
right nice country living on Green Acres. Every night at 10:30 and 9:30 Central on Nick at Night.
Hello?
How you guys doing?
What kind of car do you drive?
Where do you get your clothes? Are you dating anyone?
Is it lonely at the top?
Who's your favorite musician?
How do I get backstage? Who are your musical influences?
What's your favorite body part?
Thanks a lot. I'll see you later.
fourth quarter.
They just cannot scrape Michael Jordan off of Hersey Hawkins. 5 seconds to shoot. Hawkins with the drive, fouled on the drive by Jordan. Doubleheader coming your way tomorrow night on TNT as we continue our coverage of the playoffs. Detroit Pistons and Boston Celtics. Doug, the studio, while you're away, I heard them at halftime, and everybody's picking Detroit, joining you in picking Detroit in that, except for me. I think Boston will get that.
Well, they have the home court advantage. A lot of it will depend on, how healthy they are. Chicago only has 2 team fouls in this quarter. Philadelphia only 1.
Hawkins reverses it to Turner, who is shooting as poorly as I've ever seen him from the perimeter.
Well, Ron Anderson actually hit the corner of the backboard on that possession.
Stolen by Hawkins. Fouled hard by Pippen. It'll be a 2-shot foul.
In the penalty, that second in the last 2 minutes, so they're in the penalty. Good foul that time by Scottie Pippen.
That's only the 6th Bulls turnover of this game. Talk about taking care of the ball.
The Bulls don't turn the ball over, and they normally don't commit very many fouls. They're very aggressive. They're very quick. They're very good on their double-ups in the rotation, and they normally make you shoot the ball well from the perimeter and beat them. You have to have patience, and you have to make the extra pass and punch the ball inside. You can see Rick Mahorn with only 1 basket in this game. Armand Gilliam got off to a good start. He has 2 field goals. Charles Barkley heating up with 15. But you've got to be able to get the ball inside.
With a minute to go in the 3rd quarter, Craig Hodges is going to come onto the floor as they give Michael Jordan that extended rest period. He gets this minute, and of course the timeout during the 3rd quarter.
Now, Michael Jordan last year in the playoffs against the 76ers averaged 16 points a game in the 4th quarter against this team. So every game that was close, Michael took over, averaged over 40 points a game for the series, and single-handedly devastated this Philadelphia team every 4th quarter. They'd like to put themselves in a position tonight to be able to win this basketball game, but Michael there is always looming.
Bulls won that series 4 games to 1. Under a minute to go, 3rd quarter. Bulls by 9. Hodges in for Jordan. Pippen with the pick.
And Scottie Pippen is really shooting the basketball well. They're just sinking off of him and saying, Scottie, you continue to make that outside jump shot, and he is doing it. 8 for 11 from the floor.
And we talk about Hawkins Jordan scoring. Pippen has 18. Andre Turner hard to the hoop. Double clutch, doesn't get it. Bowl can't control it. Bulls lead it by 11.
Keep your eye on Craig Hodges. Pippen's going to open the floor up. Hodges likes to shoot a 3 at the end of the quarter. Hersey Hawkins cannot leave him.
Foul out high by Ron Anderson, just as you see up at the top of your picture there. Craig Hodges kind of clenching his fist going, I was almost there.
That's our Miami set that we used to run for Hodges, to back screen and run him off and then pop him out for a 3-point shot. Let's see if they run an open floor here now. Again, Paxson and Hodges are the guys you do not want to leave.
Hodges with the drive. He kicks the cart right on the baseline. With the follow. Well, Chicago did not get it done that time in terms of scoring at the buzzer, but the Bulls do add 2 points to their 9-point average.
If I could afford a sports sedan, the road would belong to me. Bob, I'd have one of those multi-valve engines, independent suspension, and of course, a spoiler on the back. Yeah, if I could afford a sports sedan, life would be a cruise.
Oh, it's you, Bob. Presenting the Nissan Sentra SER, because rich guys shouldn't have all the fun.
Even when I went through the frustrations of getting cut from the varsity team, I still had that driving force of competing in academics. And I think you always got to have something to fall back on, and that's what education is. Stay in school. It's your best move.
A message furnished by Ronald McDonald Children's Charities, the NBA, and its players.
Every summer weekend, millions of the smartest guys in America fire up their Murray mowers. What makes them so smart is that Murray's rated one of the best in quality and performance, with a 2-year warranty backed by 10,000 service dealers at a price that's about half of other top quality mowers, which makes Murray mowers tough as they come, any way you cut it.
For the look that gets the looks, use Dutch Boy Satin Finish. It's the one finish every room should start with.
Game 2 in the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Sixers and the Bulls. Bulls with an 11-point bulge going into the final 12 minutes. Bulls lead in the series 1-0, and Philadelphia with a deep hole, really 11 points down.
Well, I think what you look at right now is through the playoffs, Chicago has played tremendous defense. They're giving up about 87 points a ball game. They're beating their opponents by 18 points a game. Opponents shooting 42% against them, forcing 20 turnovers a game. It's going to be very, very difficult for Philadelphia to get back in this game. It's been the Chicago defense all throughout the series. You see in the first quarter, 33 points by Philadelphia, 20 and 20 in the last two. So the defense is geared down, and Philadelphia's had a difficult time scoring.
Will Perdue into the game for Cartwright, and Armstrong in for Chicago. 5 seconds to shoot. Perdue from the perimeter. Barkley with the rebound. 8 rebounds for Charles.
They need to make the move right now with Michael Jordan sitting on the bench. Must get back in this game.
There's the double team to Bull. Not much going to happen there. Bull's flipper, they call it. Doesn't fall this time. Rebound Pippen. He had a couple of those in game number 1. Pippen with 10 rebounds. To shoot for Chicago. Greg Hodges buries the 3.
Pippen driving to the basket. You pull the defense. You find Hodges.
Hodges has 6 points, 2 3-pointers. Surprised that he's the 3-point champion. This is the biggest lead of the game by 14. Chicago up. Hawkins to the hoop. Count the basket. He'll have a 3-point opportunity.
I'm a little surprised that Chicago, when Craig Hodges is playing against Hawkins, is not making a bigger commitment to run, get the ball out of his hands a little bit sooner, because once he gets inside, it's going to be very difficult for him to stop. You see what Michael Jordan did last year against the 76ers.
Well, in game 1 of this series, Michael didn't do so very well because he was on the bench the entire time with Chicago's huge lead.
You know what? I bet you in talking to Jimmy Lynam, he wishes that Michael would have had to do that to beat him rather than Michael to sit and watch in that blowout.
12 for 12. Hawkins at the free throw line tonight. He has 27 points, 6 assists. Seconds to shoot for Chicago. But against Barkley. Good defense. Perdue goes hard to the hoop. Has the foul on Philadelphia. And it's on Ron Anderson.
See, Jimmy Lynam is trying to match up with Chicago. He's playing Manute Bol against Will Perdue. And Will Perdue is too mobile and too good a passer, and he can put the ball on the floor. Here comes Manute over to give help. And Will Perdue has the ability to put it on the floor and take it to the basket and finish it. So Will Perdue now taking advantage of that matchup. Again, he had 5 offensive rebounds in the first half, using his mobility to get to the boards against Manute Bol.
Perdue, a good free throw shooter in college, only shooting 60% in these playoffs, now below that.
You got it, you got it.
Misses them both. 10-14 to go in the game. Bulls by 11. Hawkins, good step-in move. me one-touch pass into Barkley.
See, last time down the floor, Phil Jackson made a defensive switch. He put Scottie Pippen over on Hersey Hawkins and moved Craig Hodges to Ron Anderson, realizing Pippen is a better defender and a little bit more like Michael Jordan, bigger and can bother Hersey Hawkins' shots. So a little adjustment that time by Phil Jackson. Now let's see if Philadelphia tries to go with Ron Anderson coming off screens against Craig Hodges.
Barkley is 1 for 3 from the free throw line tonight.
Ever since Charles picked up the 2 fouls and the technical, he really never has gotten into this game tonight. You know, he's had his moments where he's gotten some baskets and all, but he's not playing with that same fervor that you need from a Charles Barkley for his team to win here at Chicago Stadium.
10-point Bulls lead. 10 minutes to go in the game. Nice pass inside. Purdue with the Horace Grant miss. Will has 8 points.
No one is blocking off Will Purdue. You see, looks like Andre Turner got a cramp or got kicked in the leg.
Purdue also with 5 offensive boards. Barkley with a brilliant move. Instead of getting it over and back, let the ball spin, carry it into the court. 5 seconds to shoot. Anderson finally drops one. He's been shooting poorly tonight. Ron Anderson. It's 5 of 10 from the floor. Actually, it's only about 2 of 10 from the perimeter. The others came inside. C.J. Armstrong left open from Will Purdue.
See, Will Purdue's a good passer, so he's going to find on the rotation. He'll skip it across the floor. Nice pass there by Will Purdue to find B.J. Armstrong for the open shot.
The Lexus LS400 is equipped with a very sophisticated suspension system, which makes it seem like it's riding on rails, even when it's not.
Why is it so difficult to communicate? Why do people hurt each other? Why do some guys have a hard time adjusting? Why? Ask why. Try Bud Dry. It's dry brewed, not watered down, to drink light, yet satisfy completely. It's the perfect refreshment for the games people play.
Alka-Seltzer's Laws of Indigestion. Law number 13. After a good party, any part of the body that can hurt will. For heartburn with headache, you need Alka-Seltzer because there's no law against fast relief.
Coming to TNT Sports this summer, this fall, and next winter. See it on TNT.
Well, you look at the Western Conference playoffs. We'll have Western Conference game on for you tomorrow night. Blazers go to round 2, shaking off the pesky and talented Sonics. Watch for them next year. Round 2 update. The Lakers lead that semifinal series over the Warriors, 1-0 to none. Chris Mullin has a knee injury, but will be back, we understand, for the game on Wednesday. And the Blazers and Jazz we'll have on TNT tomorrow night on Tuesday. Now, you're talking about Will Purdue's offensive board. Here's what.
Well, here's what happens. Scottie Pippen is going to try to go baseline. You're going to see a double team. Manu Noel's going to double team. Andre Turner, as Horace Grant flashes, will go with him. Charles Barkley rotates up to play Will Purdue, but watch what happens here. Here comes Barkley up to play Will Purdue. Now the shot goes up. You're going to see the freeze. Here's Will Purdue being played by Barkley. The shot goes up. And no one blocks off Will Purdue. There he is right there. Charles Barkley must block him off. You've got that's 5 offensive rebounds and 8 points off the bench for Will Purdue tonight.
Andre Turner had it.
Yeah, Andre's doing about as good job blocking off as I could.
Jordan back into the game. 8:45 remaining. Andre Turner for 3. That's a big three-pointer. That cuts the Bulls' lead to 9.
still plenty of time. Michael Jordan back in the game, so small lineup for Chicago.
Philly only 2 of 8 from the three-point range. Michael gets it inside from 8 feet. He's not going to miss that one, and Jordan has 24.
Well, Michael just took the ball right where he wanted it. No one came over to give help. You got to get the ball out of his hands. When he backs you down into the lane like that, it's too late. It's either going to be a field goal or 2 free throws.
Barkley driving on King. The holding call on Stacey King.
You can see that Charles does not have that explosiveness. Normally he would look out and see Stacey King playing him and blow right around him. He did go around him, but he was hesitant doing so. He took his time. Normally he'd look at Stacey King and say, 6'10", playing me out on the floor, and forget it.
Charles told me today at their shoot-around that his knee was all right, but I tell you what, it looks like it's hurting him.
I think it's tough to play with that brace. I think that brace really limits your mobility.
Well, Purdue can't stop the jump hook from Armand Gilliam.
Armand Gilliam's had a much better game. That's 16 points tonight. They're really going without a center now. Charles Barkley actually and Gilliam at center playing against Will Purdue.
Got King posted down inside against Anderson. Jordan with 5 drives it round Barkley. Stacey King with his second foul against Barkley. Team foul situations, by the way. Bulls with 4. Their next one will put Philadelphia at the line with 7:16 to go in the game, and the Sixers with only 1 team foul.
Well, Coach Neal, then you're telling your guys, take the ball to the basket. Let's get inside. Let's not live with the outside jump shot. Let's put the pressure on their interior defense. Horace Grant back into the ball game now for Stacey King, but you do not want to live with long outside jump shots right now.
Barkley isolated against Grant. Now the double team. Turner's open for another 3. He's hit 2 in a row. Andre Turner.
And that's a good play from the standpoint of B.J. Armstrong left him. He was wide open. 8-point ball game. Be aware of Michael Jordan starting to feel it. 2 straight baskets the last time down the floor.
And this time he draws the foul. At Chicago Stadium, Bulls lead in this series 1-0. Now with an 8-point lead, 6:48 remaining at Chicago Stadium. Scott Williams in.
Yeah, interesting substitution. Phil Jackson's going to let the rookie Scott Williams get a little playing time, feeling with an 8-point lead, maybe come in, get him a couple minutes here right now.
It strikes me as strange. Purdue playing very well. He's the backup to Cartwright, who's also playing very well. And this is not that big a lead.
No, it's not. And, you know, Andre Turner's just hit a couple threes. The Sixers are shooting free throws the rest of the ball game. So the Philadelphia team has a chance to get back in this ball game if they can defend and prevent Michael Jordan from taking over here down the end of the ball game.
And Scott Williams has played only 9 minutes in only 2 of the 4 games in the playoffs, so he's certainly inexperienced. Well, we'll see.
Well, he's going to be playing Armand Gilliam. See if they go into post to try to get a foul with Scott Williams on Armand Gilliam.
The answer is yes, they do go into Gilliam.
And there's the foul. That's what you got to do because he's going to get the foul. Scott Williams is a rookie. First reaction is to put your hands down on the guy shooting 2 free throws. Smart play. Playoff pressure, Bob. You see points allowed as they start to come down. The Lakers were at 99 all year. Detroit about 97. Utah has come down to 90. Look at Chicago, 87.5. Look at the turnovers they forced. Opponent's field goal percentage. That's the stat I always look at. What do teams shoot against you? You can slow the tempo of the game and use the shot clock, but what do your opponents shoot from the field against you? And, Chicago is doing a tremendous job in the playoffs.
They are. You might have to add to that, however, that the Knicks were definitely on a serious slide, which inflates those numbers for
Absolutely. New York was non-competitive, really.
This is a 7-point Bulls lead with 6.5 to go in the game. Philly is still in here. There's a big double team on Jordan who jumped.
Michael got away with a hook there. Very, very fortunate. 3-second call.
And the turnover, and Charles Barkley is
saying
he did have a hook.
So he hooked him. Michael went away from the double team. Watch Michael's right arm here. Just keep an eye on Michael's right arm. Right there. That's a hook. That is an advantage, and that is a foul. I'm sorry.
Bulls only 7 turnovers in this game. They're averaging only 12 in the playoffs. They're really taking care of the ball now. Gilliam against Scott Williams.
Scott Williams, nice block. Met the challenge.
Cartwright will be back in this game in a moment for Chicago. Jordan rifles his inside to Williams for the jam. Well, the rookie answers our questions with a couple of big plays. He loved it.
West to the mean streets, Clint Eastwood has enforced his own style of law. Now, you can own his greatest movies with the Clint Eastwood collection from Time Life Video. As a gritty cop or a gunslinging renegade, Clint delivers non-stop action and some of the most famous one-liners in screen history.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Start your collection with the good, the bad, and the ugly. The classic Western where 3 sharp-shooting outlaws try to outwit and outshoot each other for a fortune in Confederate gold.
Put your drawers on and take your gun off.
Other videos include the outlaw Josie Wales, plus Sturdy Harry and Magnum Force. There's no commitment or minimum number to buy, and you keep only the videos you want. So call now for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Here's how to order.
To order your first video, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, call 1-800-421-2000 or send just $14.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to Clint Eastwood Collection, P.O. Box 105264, Atlanta, Georgia.
Here's tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. You see the center's production. That doesn't include the 2 points from Scott Williams at the timeout.
Well, plus 18 at the center position. I think a real key statistic. Philadelphia is a team that normally out-rebounds their opponent. Chicago out-rebounding them by 8, plus 8, 12 on the offensive backboard. And a lot of it's been done by Will Perdue. When Manute Bol is in the game, he's going to go over and double team and try to give help. That leaves open access for Will Perdue to go to the basket, Bob. No one is blocking him out. As a result, he has 8 points and been very, very aggressive in the half-court game by Chicago.
And Will has 8 offensive rebounds. 5 offensive rebounds. Timeout situation here with 5:49 to go in the game. The Bulls leading by 9. Philadelphia, 2 full timeouts, no 20s. Chicago, 4 timeouts and 1 full.
Again, the foul situation. Philadelphia's in the penalty, so they want to get it to the basket.
Mahorn over Cartwright. Rebound, Gilliam got a loose ball foul on Chicago.
That's on Horace Grant. Armand Gilliam looked like he was going over the top on Horace Grant. Charles Barkley was in front. Now, Armand Gilliam was behind him. I don't know how that Horace Grant was charged with that personal foul. That's a tough foul on Horace.
And it gives him his 4th. Chicago now in the penalty. Sixers with only 2.
Now watch Horace is in front of Armand Gilliam right here. That's a tough call, but the call goes against Horace Grant, and Armand Gilliam takes advantage of it by hitting the first one.
Gets them both. This is a 7-point Bulls lead with 5.5 to go. Philadelphia hanging around. Does Charles Barkley have enough left in him to take over this game offensively? Still fidgeting even on defense with that brace on his left knee.
Well, Michael Jordan's got a mismatch here with Ron Anderson. I don't see Anderson being able to handle Michael.
Cartwright with the interior pass. Mahorn fouls him, but first of all, 3 seconds lane violation before what was a Mahorn foul. So it'll be a turnover. Chicago's 8. Philadelphia a chance to cut the lead to 5.
Philadelphia's hanging around. There's still plenty of time. Ron Anderson has to be very careful when he's trying to pass the ball to Barkley. Michael Jordan will steal that pass if he's lazy with it.
10 to shoot for the Sixers. Jordan hard to the hoop. It looked like Jordan, excuse me. Jordan and Charles Barkley, the 2 superstars. 11 in this quarter, in this half. This
is where you want Barkley to take over. We talked about the other guys involved, but this is Barkley time and Jordan time.
Mahorn right in the face of Cartwright. 5 to shoot. Pippen has to launch a prayer, but the foul is called first.
Charles Barkley on the isolation. He's too strong for Scottie Pippen. Pippen is hoping to get help. Now here's what happens. Scottie goes for the reach, and when he does, he opens the gate for Charles to get in the lane. Scotty's got to square him up and not try to go for the steal, and his teammates will give him help.
Barkley got the foul, his third. Not that significant now with only 4:33 to go. Charles got two very quickly. It's been a long time since he picked that one up. Charles does have 18 points in this game as Hawkins checks back in.
Small lineup again for Chicago. You've got Armand Gilliam really playing the center position against Bill Cartwright. Let's see now down the offensive end if they try to go at Cartwright inside against Gilliam or Michael Jordan against Hersey Hawkins. Here, remember, Michael owns this fourth quarter.
Chicago by 6 points.
You know that Barkley's going to touch the ball. Hersey Hawkins will probably spot up for the three or try to be the cutter going through.
Anderson off a baseline screen, curls around to get the ball, now hard to the hoop. Ron Anderson.
Tough shot by Ron Anderson. That's a tough, tough shot.
Jordan. Oh, mercy!
You describe it.
That's bigger than a 4-point turnaround. Wave that 3-point attempt by Turner off.
This is Michael Jordan. This is an unbelievable shot. I do not know how he made that shot. That is an unbelievable shot.
As you watch it, there was a technical called on Michael Jordan. You see the smile and look of disbelief on his face.
Michael does not get many technical free throws, so what that do is sending a message to the official. He felt that he was fouled going to the basket, so just letting the referees know, hey, I was fouled on that play. Next time I go to the basket, I want that call.
What a shot. Just as soon as you think you've seen them all, there's another one.
Got to get the ball to Barkley against Horace Grant. You got to make somebody double team and then somebody spot up for the shot.
10 to shoot, and Barkley's going to take the set shot, which he has not been able to even come close with tonight. Bulls by 7. Jordan starting to take over. Missed that one. Big rebound by Grant. Blocked by Barkley. Goaltending. Wave it off.
Excellent offensive rebound by Horace Grant. I don't know about that. It looked like that was still going up. When you block it that close to the basket, you run the risk of getting the the goaltending call.
Gilliam from the baseline over Cartwright. 7-point Bulls lead, 3:14 remaining. Sixers have hung around all night long. Much more balanced tonight. And 28 from Hawkins. Pippen on the drive, having to shoot over Barkley. Grant.
There's those offensive rebounds again. Horace Grant big on the offensive board.
Now back down to Grant against Barkley. Paxson.
Still plenty of time on the clock.
Three seconds to shoot when Barkley steals it. Hawkins against Jordan. The foul on Michael Jordan. Hersey Hawkins, who has not missed from the free throw line tonight, will shoot a couple.
Charles Barkley did as good a job defensively in that sequence. He squared Scottie Pippen up. He slid his feet. Watch this. He reaches in, he takes it away, and then throws ahead to Hawkins. And Hawkins takes his time. He gets Michael back down to where he wants him. There's the foul right there on Michael Jordan on the wrist.
Jordan with 4 fouls. Hawkins tonight, 14 out of 14 from the free throw line. He has 29 points to go with 7 assists and 5 rebounds.
76ers still have 1 foul away, so they can be very aggressive defensively. If Michael Jordan is on the drive, if he starts to beat you, foul and make him take the ball in out on the sideline, but do not allow him to get into your defense and get a shooting foul when you have 1 to waste.
Half of Hawkins' points from the line, talking about his penetration and his interior play.
He has not lived with the outside jumper tonight. Now, if Michael starts to beat you here, you got to take a foul.
Bulls by 5. What a difference a game makes. Cartwright inside against Gilliam. 5 to shoot for the Bulls. Pippen held out nicely by Anderson. Now Jordan with 2.
Offensive rebound. Horace Grant.
Oh, mercy. Horace Grant was there for the biggest offensive rebound of his 7 tonight. Timeout, Philadelphia. The Bulls by 7 with 2 minutes to go.
To help fight the corrosive effects of salt and water, every Lexus features airbag terminals plated in gold. Of course, we might have used a less expensive material, but it wasn't money we were interested in saving.
This week on NBA Inside Stuff, it's playoff time. And there's only one place to turn for the inside story on who's hot.
Pick and roll under the Scott, slammed up.
The Chicago Bulls are gunning for the championship. And while Michael Jordan grabs the headlines, his teammate Scottie Pippen may be the one who leads them to the title.
I just do the things that it takes for us to win.
It's your playoff ticket to all the action. Get the inside stuff. Saturday, check your local listings.
We all like to keep our car looking new. That's why so many people use Armor All Protectant. Armor All cleans and shines the rubber, plastic, and vinyl. And it protects all those surfaces, too. So Armor All makes your car look like new. And helps it last longer. And that makes you look pretty smart. Armor All. It keeps you looking good.
Excellent Sixers defense nullified by the Horace Grant offensive rebound.
Well, here's what happens. Michael Jordan is going to cut through here, and when he does, Charles Barkley switches off on him. So now you have a mismatch. Barkley does a good job, but here's what happens. See, Barkley has to come up strong and play him. Now look, if you freeze it, look where Hersey Hawkins is playing against Horace Grant. Horace Grant on the inside, and it seems like when things go bad for you like this late in the ball game, Horace Grant with a tremendous hustle to keep the ball alive. Just a great, great play by Horace Grant.
Bulls by 7 with 2 minutes to go in the game. Andre Turner kicked it out right to Scottie Pippen. Stepped right into the draw and kick passing lane. Philadelphia's first turnover this half, by the way. Pippen fouled hard as Anderson got into the air.
Philadelphia, personal foul, 20 on Anderson. His third.
That was the Sixers' 4th team foul, but Pippen was in the act of shooting to go to the line.
That was a designated play by Chicago coming out of that timeout. A little back screen by Scottie Pippen going to the basket, and the foul, a good foul because Scottie Pippen, not a great free throw shooter, so you will not give him the dunk. Make him make the 2 free throws. Shooting the ball well in the playoffs. Scottie Pippen, not quite a 70% free throw shooter in the playoffs, 68%.
Chicago only 13 of 20 from the line tonight. Philadelphia 25 out of 28. That's helped them stay as close as they have. But now the Bulls by 9, 1:34 remaining in this game. Bulls hoping to take both of them here, and then they head to Philadelphia to play on Friday. Barkley misses the 3. Chicago ball.
I don't think that's the shot Jimmy Lyon wanted right there with Charles Barkley stepping back and shooting a 3-point shot. Chicago will come down and spread the floor here, use a little clock.
Ten to shoot for Chicago. Philadelphia playing into the delay game here by not attacking. And Pippen hits a 2. He stepped on the line.
Scottie Pippen is a big game player. He always has been, even as a rookie. Had some tremendous games in the playoffs. 23 points and 11 rebounds tonight.
Jordan over the photographers. Everybody's okay, including the photographers. Under a minute to go in this ball game, and Chicago has this game leading it here by 9, and they're going to take, barring an unbelievable miracle, a 2-game lead back into Philly. And interestingly, these teams have all the way to Friday to rest. Barkley with the easy layup.
It's the first time Chicago's given up 100 points in the playoffs, 109-100. The interesting thing about it, you look at the box score tomorrow, you look at the final score, and you say, well, this is very similar to the other game, 13-point win, and no way was this similar. Philadelphia was much more competitive, had some opportunities.
And the Philadelphia foul with 34.9 remaining.
Bob, did you feel like that as Philadelphia was coming back, they took a couple of ill-advised shots from the perimeter when they were in the penalty that really hurt them? I thought Charles took one. I thought Ron Anderson
took actually 2.
Ron Anderson on the drive shot a real tough shot. And when you're playing Chicago in their building, you almost have to play a flawless fourth quarter. You just can't let those things happen. But that's playoff pressure.
Well, the Sixers did pull to within 5 points with about 5 minutes to go in this ball game, but then the Bulls have protected that lead.
Now remember last year, Bulls went up 2-0 back to Philadelphia. And Philadelphia was up about 30 points in that game. Chicago made an unbelievable run. Lost the game close.
Turner misses the layup. Grant with the rebound. Paxson comes out of there with it.
Lost a close game, and then game 4, Chicago stolen there again without Scottie Pippen. So Chicago's going to win their 5th straight playoff game, but a much, much better effort by Philadelphia tonight. The offensive rebounds were the difference.
You saw Rick Mahorn on the sideline. No points in game 1, only 2 in game 2. That's the game. Chicago wins it 110-100. And let's go to our studios in Atlanta and Ernie Johnson.
All right, thank you very much, Bob Neal. A better effort, coached by the 76ers tonight. This is Bob Weiss, by the way, joining us here in the studio. A better effort, but still, Chicago too tough. And I guess some basketball 101 that Philly needs to brush up on. Boxing out on the boards.
The offensive boards killed them, and you're right, the support cast gave a much better effort tonight. But the thing that comes to my mind is how healthy is Barkley? It just seemed to me, a big game like this, there wouldn't be as many offensive boards if he was in there grabbing the defensive rebounds. And it also seemed like he was content to take the outside shot or just pass off the double team. It didn't seem like he was being as aggressive going to the hoop.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen him with a more inspired effort. He didn't really have the spark tonight. We want to go back to Chicago Stadium now. Michael Jordan is standing by with our guys, Bob Neal and Doug Collins. Take it away, you three.
Michael Jordan has joined us on the sideline here. Michael, Philadelphia gave you a lot better game. Give us an analysis of how Philadelphia came back here in game 2.
Well, we expected it. You know, we felt that you know, Charles was a little upset with his teammates, and basically his teammates were going to come and step up. I think Hawkins played an excellent ball game. He made it very tough for us, but I think everyone chipped in. I think Horace Grant made some big plays down the stretch with his offensive rebounding, and we held them off. I think we did a good job in defending our home court.
You know, Michael, Manute Bol, when he comes in the ball game, really looks to double team and block shots. And what is happening, it's giving a lot of offensive rebounds to Will Perdue. Tonight, 5 offensive rebounds. No one's really blocking Will off when Manute goes over to double team.
Which is true.
You're right. You guys have got some open lanes to the basket.
Well, we want to take Manute out of the game, and certainly his man's going straight to the offensive boards. We're trying to isolate him. We know that we can beat him off the dribble if he comes over and try to double team us. But I think Will is doing a heck of a job going straight to the boards, and he's getting offensive rebounds, which makes us a lot better team.
Now, Michael, we have a play here we want to show you. This is a new installment in the Michael Jordan highlight film reel that'll be seen all over the country the next year. Tell us about this play and then the technical that came back out of it.
Well, I thought I got fouled, which I thought he made the contact. And then, you know, when I was going back down court, I'm telling Wally that that's his call. And then, you know, I looked at him from across the court, and he certainly looked at me and gave me the technical, which I probably deserve. I certainly shouldn't have said anything to him.
You know, Michael, it's very interesting. I know you pretty well, and you usually like to send a message to that guy that you're going to be playing against in the first playoff game in a playoff series. Last year against Hersey Hawkins, I think you outscored him 36-10 in here and really shut him down. Tonight, I thought he bounced back pretty well and did a nice job.
I felt that he would. Basically, the first game, I wasn't going to try to be aggressive offensively because everyone was expecting it. I wanted to do it defensively, try to take him out of his game. I expected him to come back and get going, and he did a heck of a job. Certainly, I tried to do my best on him, and certainly he did a heck of a job tonight, and he really shows what a maturity player he certainly has turned out to be.
Michael, one quick question here. You're on a layoff now until Friday. What kind of effect will that have in a series here with your team playing as well as theirs?
Well, it has two effects. Certainly, with the younger guys, it's going to knock our timing off. Hopefully, to practice that we can maintain our timing. But for Bill Cartwright, we're going to give him 4 good days to rest and certainly going to be ready for Friday.
Congratulations on the 2 games to none lead.
Thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Good luck.
All right.
Back to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.
All right, thank you, Bob and Doug.